when you want your mastering proper.
Compound Audio, we specialise in digital and analogue mixing and mastering. Catering for major record labels, independent labels and self-financed artists.
Right now it's Azza from TNA. I'm here to let you know that I use Compound Audio for mastering.
This is Devilman, and I use DAPS at Compound Audio, yeah?
Hi, my name's DJ Rap, and I have been working with DAPS from Compound Audio to master my records for the last 10 years.
Yo, this is DJ Fantasy, SAS in the house. And you know what? We use Compound Audio for all our mastering.
It's TJ, label A&R at D&B All Stars, and whenever it comes to getting tunes finalised and mastered, I go to DAPS at Compound Audio.
Yo, this is X-Man, and standardly I work with DAPS down at Compound Audio.
For more information, go to www.compoundaudio.net.
Yes. Good evening, people. How are we all doing? Who we got inside the ride? Gary, Future, big ups, mate. Hazardous, what we saying, bro? Scotty ups, yes. Did you get my email regarding those 2 tunes that you sent me? SRS, mate, worked on 5 of your savage tunes today, man. Absolutely just shaking the studio to pieces, mate. And we got London, big ups, bro. I hope you're good, man. Good to see you in here, mate. And Ethel, yo, Music Vein, oh my gosh, welcome in. So Music Vein, so long time, no Music Vein for time, and she is a music journalist, and she's managed to land this sweet FM radio station, like proper broadcast, no messing around. What's your show called? Something like Urban Legends or something. Doms, yes, what we saying? Welcome in. Yeah, Urban Legends with Music Vein. So people, listen, it's well worth a look. Guess, and in fact, she's even asked me to be a guest in November. Do you know what I mean? So very, very honoured to take part in that. Induction. You made it, bro. You made it before we've even started. Go on. You know what, right? Ethel, you might not be feeling this one. We got a lot of jungle. We got a lot of jungle and a lot of bass in your face business for this one. So yeah, I think we've had a quick turnout already. There's quite a few of us in here. That's it, SOS. I know, mate, sometimes you're like, God damn, where's the jungle at? Yeah, you just ride the vibe, Ethel. You know what I mean? Intense Complex. What we saying, mate? You good? Right, well, I know that Jack South said he might be able to make it, he might not, so I thought I'll just put his tune first. We all here. I've seen Drill OG as well. What we saying? Drill OG. Yes. So, starting off, we have Jack South, the Visser. You know what I mean? The Visser business. Just checking out the sides. To see what this outro's at. Alright, cool. So yeah, I mean, a few of you were feeling this. You know what I mean? And it is really nice. It's one of them tunes again. A lot of metals, the snare, the hat, the kick and everything. The metals are lovely in this. I really like the middle breakdown. It's kind of like horror story, the Grim Reaper business. Quite suitable for this time of the year. And I've noticed that the emojis and all these, you know, funny things, they've all got witches' hats. Sorry, I've only just noticed it if I'm late to the party. So I'll put a hat on the sausage fattener. So, there you are, look, he's got a hat on. So it needs more energy. Yeah, it's one of them again, isn't it? Where the intro gripped me, the drop gripped me, and then it kind of felt like, okay. So, I mean, if he was to sort of turn around the arrangement slightly different, where it kicked into this middle bit sooner, maybe, you know, but we got there, you know what I mean? We got there without having to skip or anything like that. So it was interesting. So the thing for me was the tonal balance of the tune. It's not got a great tonal balance. I mean, look at that. You know, I've added a lot of low end. You're talking 3.5 dB, and then I've literally dipped like the mids, the highs of around 4 or 5k, because it just felt it was just too much. So I'm going to do it before and after. So check it out. And then how it was. With. If you've got headphones or if you've got speakers, you would have noticed a difference there. It did feel like the track did come away from you, but that's just because there's so much mids and there's so much high mids that it just feels too present, like it's too, like, I don't know, too much in that area. So it needs a lot more lows to warm it up. Future, yeah, I mean, it is a mix. It is one of those tunes where you can just stay in the blend, you know what I mean? It is a mixing tune, I get you. I totally agree with that. This is it. This is why I need all you people in here to give us all the feedback, you know what I mean? So, other than that, I mean, without a doubt, Jack South can make tunes, you know what I mean? He's more than capable of putting these bangers together. I think the thing he needs to work on is the mix down of the tune, because he's using all the right elements, he's using all the right sounds. It's just the tonal balance of the tune, as you can see. You know, this is just something I threw on, you know. It's mainly in the drums, so he would need to sort of he could even just bring the sub up, bring everything else down and bring the sub up, and then that would counterbalance a lot of the issues that's going on in this track. Yeah, cool tune. Really, really like it. What we have next? So we got Allow Me. Yeah, I think this is you, London, innit? Oh, it's you, yes. Okay, Scotty up. You're in with Allow Me. I love the sample, by the way. So check this out, people. It's obviously not as pushed as the last track, so we'll just chuck a limiter on just for a good measure.
Allow me to demonstrate the skill of Shaolin.
Yes. Mate, you need to give yourself a pat on the back for that one. Honestly, mate, you're one of these people which doubt themselves and like, oh, I'm not too sure about my mixdown, I'm not too sure about this, or I don't really want to send it off. Mate, this is absolute fire. This is absolute fire, mate. And I'd be more than happy to send this to probably Amen Brothers, which is a record label that's run by a guy called Brent, which is part of a trio of Aquasky from back in the day. And he takes all this shit all day long, because the label Amen Brothers is a sister label to Vinyl Fanatics. And obviously the Vinyl Fanatics label is all the stuff that gets reissued, you know, from early 90s rave to early jungle, you know. That's where they started, but then they were getting loads of submissions of tracks just like this all day long. I'd send this to Brent and say, check this out. Oh, cool. So yeah, you already know of the label. So this is what I'm saying. Them guys are smashing it, man. So if you already know them or you want to send it to them, do so. But, you know, I can also send it to them with a nice little good message. But if I was you, I would possibly look at getting this done and the other 2 tracks that you've sent me, and we'll just send it off as like a little free track to them. And who knows, they might say, can have a 4th one, or just say, yeah, we'll have these 2. Do you know what I mean? So absolutely wicked, mate. Absolutely smashed the old school vibe, the old school feel. I love the use of all the pads and stuff. If I was to be like really picky, you've got this texture that is kind of like a lifting texture. I just think it's a little bit too loud, but that's real minor stuff. That's just something where I could say turn that down and we'll probably run off 2 copies, whatever. But mate, absolutely wicked. I have got nothing else to say about this. So vibes upon vibes. This Future's very, very on it today. Get on it today, bro. We'll have to get you in. In fact, you know what I was thinking, people? Like, I was thinking of doing like some sort of guest, like once a month or something. Get someone on, you know what I mean? So we're both there. Banging. See, everyone is feeling it. And if I had the horn right now, I'd be like, meh, letting you know. What we saying, Doms? Hazardous Music, come on. All these are big man labels in the chat right now. Hazardous Music, Doms with Aim and Warfare, come on. So is Music Vein still there? What are you saying? Is that something, you know, is it something you could do a little review about, you know? Let me know, chat to me. So let's move on to the man himself, man like Future. Is it safe? VIP dub, the dub business. Let's go. Just checking the sides. Okay then, what you doing to me? Shivers! I've got goosebumps. You see, everybody's already trying to snap that shit up from you already. So is the man like Trace, is he taking this, yeah? Big man Trace, original. Bro, this is absolutely stone cold. 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and this comes on and you were just like skanking, just break a leg. I love all the clarity in this as well. Like the way you've got the separation in this is absolutely wicked, mate. The drums are nice, they don't sound like really harsh or any spiky. You've like got them at a really nice level. The sub in this is absolutely wicked, because I know sometimes you're a bit like unsure about the low end in your tunes. Well, this is great, mate. So you know, if you need some sort of reference track to reassure yourself, this is the one I feel to go to. What I was kind of having a mess around with was this sort of, it's like a DI box, and I just ran it ever so slightly, then dried it to 50-50, and it just add this little bit of colour. It's not like, you know, a necessity that you have to add this, but it might be something that I add in the master, do you know what I mean, when it gets mastered. But I wouldn't use this. I would use the outboard, the Tegler Audio Varitube, because it does a very similar thing. So this is cool just to give me an idea rather than having to mess around with the outboard too much. But yeah, this adds a nice bit of fizz, like it's got like an even harmonic tone to it. Your bass was already like harmonically driven. I could see that in the spectroscope here. There was a part towards the end where you filter in the drums, and I'm thinking, mate, you should have come with that earlier. Like that was a nice little add-on, a little switch up. Whereabouts was it? I think it's this like little last section here. Yeah, that there. See that little sweep? You need to come again with that, mate. You need to let them know about their moves straight away. But check this thing here. This is like what it's adding. See, it's got that crust. It's like some proper crust. Without... It just makes things feel a bit weird, characteristic drive. So, but Future, mate, you absolutely smash it. You're a don. Do you know what I mean? You've been doing this for a long time, mate. So it just goes to show that hard work pays off. And if people like Trace want to sign tunes like that, then you're doing something right, bro. Do you know what I mean? So big ups once again, Future, for blessing us with the bad man business. So what do we have next? Man like Papa G. Papa G in the place. Hazardous music. Papa G, let's do this. Comfy kill.
Major, kiss me shoes. Major, kiss me shoes.
What kind of thing this guy? The dog and speed no answer.
pussy. My God, kiss me shoes.
Kiss me shoes. Kiss it like how you kiss your girl.
My God, kiss me shoes.
Oh my gosh. Check Papa G out. Look, it's for a clash, you know. He's clashing Veek. It is no clash. It's already over, mate. Do you know what I mean? Veek used to make Jump Up back in the day. And I know he started doing a bit of that. What did they call it? Future Jungle or something. Which was around like 2013. Mate, honestly, man, Daniel-san, you have learnt well. So you're right. Intro, breakdown. It's a bit empty, considering how sick the drop is, and then the next part of the tune as well, absolutely amazing. The sub is blistering. There's so much like harmonic content in there. It's rich. Everything sounds crispy. I think Future's already mentioned it as well. Something about the Amen just needs to come up just a touch. One thing to sort of like bear in mind is the correlation. It was sort of drifting over here a little bit, but I think that's more down to the samples. It's nothing to worry about. So, I mean, I was playing it in mono and it sounded great. You know, the mono compatibility is absolutely fine. So, look. So you got some nice use of the sides there. You know, just looking at the spectrogram now, you know, you can see that your kick here, these little red orangey blobs, carving a nice piece of slice out the sub there, just so, you know, it's got its own space, and that's why I think it's sitting so nice. But see the top end of the tune, you can see all the hats, all the hits, there's no sort of blurriness in there. Anything, you know, interfering, you can really see the separation, mate. You've done such a good job on this, man. Really, really cool. So as always, mate, get that finished. Let's move on with that bad boy, because it's a bad boy tune. So moving on, we're gonna flip it up now with a man like Driller G, some drill business. So faithful, got to stay faithful, mate, you know what I mean? Driller G, let's go, man. Okay. Yeah, interesting one, man. Honestly, this smacks hard. And SRS, not trying to teach you to suck eggs or anything, but in the UK, this drill movement is a big thing. And the kicks meant to smack your nan out the window. You know, one of them ones. It's meant to smack you so hard that it's ripping the cone out of the speaker. I think like Future, you're saying it needs more. And the only thing that comes to mind is with this style of music, like hip hop, sometimes just hearing the instrumental, you do feel like it needs to have more. And I think if you had a vocal on this, which I'm sure it will end up having a vocal in this, that's what's just going to complete it, because we're like listening to the tune for the tune, but when the vocals are on there, as you know, you're listening to the vocal or whatever, you know what I mean, the beat's just there just to hold up. Yeah 100%. I mean, even with them vocals in the background, it's on like on a borderline of that funk as well, like borderline of funk, but it hasn't got that sub bass behind the kick, so you know, yeah. Exactly. See, the vocal will fill that up. Like Trilogy, this is like a banger, mate. This is absolute banging. Again, this is something which like I would be tempted to send it to like Devilman or something, or even like Azza or Grimer. Yeah. See, look, Music Vein chimes in. She can hear that in an advert. Yeah. But this is it, man. This is why I love you guys, because we all come in and we all get our little 2 pence in here and let people know. Pure feedback, no fluff. I like it. I think it's wicked. I mean, the sides information, you got a nice bit of warmth to the bass there in sides. Look. You can hear the side chain ducking from the kick and everything. So you've really gone in, like, compared to like the first tracks that you were sending, you know, this is a lot more balanced. The tonal aspect of the tune is more balanced. You know, you're really working it now, man. It sounds great. Big in the game. So when you sent this track, you did say in the email that it's not finished, it's still a whip, and there's more bits that you want to do to it, but you wanted to send it in order to get the feedback from everybody today and myself. So hopefully the feedback has definitely helped you to move forwards with the tune, but it's really, really cool. Big tune. So well done, bro. Thank you for sending that in, man. Let's move on. We go back to the jungle with Doms and Jumanji. Jungle Sweetness. Doms, are you there, my DJ? And some flashbulb. Here he is. Right, check this out. This is a nice one. Let's do this. Right, let's move it to the end because I can see that there's something different there. Doms, come on, bro. You knew this is a smasher. Some very interesting comments. Honestly, man, the drums are sick, and especially when the copter break comes in, I was like, yo, when you came in with the copter break, it felt like the tune changed gear and it moved forwards. It is a bit of a chiller, considering a lot of the stuff that I've heard you play and some of the collabs you've done with Jumanji as well. I like it, man. It's a nice roller. But Future said that, no, it wasn't Future, it was Induction, that the bass needs more harmonics. I just kind of went into Dillinger mode and started trashing the bass a little bit. So check it out, man. This is without, and then with Dillinger style. You know what I mean? Like, that's not quite the harmonic content that I think he's talking about, but a little bit. So if we look at it on the spectroscope without, and then you'll see, once I've added this very subtly, you'll see like extra lines appear, and that's what Induction was trying to say. The problem with this is that although you're adding harmonic content, you have to then re-level the bass. So by doing something like this, we would have to then come with the EQ to re-level it. So let's just get it to a happy medium with the exciter. See, that's quite nice. Look, you got like a second in there without. See, the bass comes away from you. You can see it changes colour. It goes more orange. We need it more red. So how it was. So let's just bring this back up. So now we've got the extra tone in the bass, and we've re-leveled it quickly with the EQ. Obviously, it took 3 dBs to re-level it out, but to do something like this, yeah, you can do it in the mastering situation, but I would do it in the mix, because obviously you can go back to the track and you've got control over the sub by itself. So all I've used is an exciter at 100 hertz, tube, and just play with the amount. You don't need a lot, mate. As soon as you start seeing it come, onto the spectrogram, or you can notice it, back it off a little bit, possibly go wet dry 50-50, something like that. But then don't be afraid, because when you do add these moves, it can make you believe, oh, it sounds like I've lost the bass now. You need to regain it back up, because the saturation or distortion kind of acts like a compressor. It's shaving off peaks, it's adding more content evenly with tube. I think with tape is odd, could be the other way around. So tape's odd harmonics, tube's even, one way or the other. And yeah, like I say, once you've done these moves, bring it back up with gain or whatever. So Doms, big ups, mate. Thanks for sending that, bro. Moving on, we have man like Induction. Now Induction's been sending us a few bits, and also when I do the open the door with DJ Rap, she's always loving his stuff, and he's doing some absolutely amazing stuff. So Induction, stepping up, stepping in.
Right now, I'd have to say power is ephemeral.
And there we have it, half a tune business. Just as I was getting stuck into it, mate, with a bit of EQ, we come to the end. So just 1 second, Medij.
Ephemeral.
So yeah, I mean, the mono compatibility on this tune is absolutely wicked, mate. You've done such a good job of getting such width and space and depth to the tune without it collapsing when you go to mono. So the only thing for me, when I was listening to it, and I don't know if it's because it's like we've come off the back of Dom's tune, you know, the top end is not quite as pushed, and obviously in jungle it's all about the sub. Whereas in your tune, although it's very balanced, like I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, like, you know, it's quite balanced. I just felt like the high mids were quite rinsing, you know, like in level. It's all there. It's not like one element's over bright compared to the other. It's just that they're all loud. There's a section where these sort of hi-hats come in, and that was quite like rinsing. Yeah, here. See, I've put a low pass 12 dBs like on the slope just to sort of take away that digitalness. Do you know what I mean? So take it away. But the problem with doing this across a whole tune is you do lose the transience of the hits. So, but in all honesty, mate, it's a solid tune. Again, I like where you've gone with this in comparison to your previous tunes. It still sounds like an induction tune because of the drums, which I like. You've got your sound. Just need to tame them tops, like the rides and the, you know, the cymbal things, the hats, the bell hats and stuff. They're just a bit too upfront in the mix. Because remember, level and tone can work in mysterious ways. You know, you might have a sound in a mix, so you might think, oh, it's not loud enough, so you turn it up, or it's in the mix and you think, oh no, it needs more top end, so you add more top end, and in reality you just needed to turn it up. So EQ can work as volume sometimes. So induction, mate, you've been smashing it with everything on this show. It's nice to hear something a bit earlier in the process of what you do, because it just goes to show like how much time and effort you do put in on shaping tracks and getting them to a high level. So moving on, we have SRS in the place, about ready to smash your face. Bust it like this. This is how we move. Let's go.
drum beats go like. drum beats go like. Bust it like this. Bust it like this. Bust it like this.
Yes. Bro, every time I hear like an SRS tune, they always take you on a journey. Literally, they will go from one section to another section to another section. So just reading some of the comments here, that was one thing I was going to say that Hazardous Music's pointed out. I felt like the pad, the string sample was all the way through it. It would have been nice to have the section, exactly what Hazardous Music's saying. Like, it would have been nice to have a section where it was just the sub and the beats rolling. I always love your aim and work. I love what you do when you're pitching around and stuff like that. I did feel like there was a couple of areas where it was a bit pitchy on the sub to the sample. Maybe like that's just minor sort of like details. I can't remember which sections it were. Yeah, it's more like this note. So yeah, I think again just a little play with the melody or the tone of it, because the bass is a killer. What Induction was saying when Dom's tune was playing about that harmonic content. I mean, again, this is way more than necessary for something like what Dom's did, but it's a good example of getting the extra harmonic content, because you can see it here. Look, there's the fundamental. You've got the first, the second, and the third. It's really rich with harmonic content. So the piano is beautiful. I love all the vocal stabs, all the chops and everything. Absolutely wicked, mate. And you know what as well, we was having a chat earlier about the LP that I just mastered of yours for Danger Chamber, and I said to you, like, I noticed the pattern across all the tunes in the tonal sort of region, and this doesn't have that. So I don't know if them 5 tunes that you had released with them guys, well, I think this coming out this Friday or something, whether they were done at an earlier date, and then I think this is a newer one, so the tonal aspect is much better. But I just think you got to play with the arrangement. The arrangement is key in any sort of music in order to keep you going, in order to keep you listening and moving. So again, awesome tune, mate. Just check the melody with the pad, possibly lose the pad in certain sections in order to help switch it up. You're good at doing that anyway. So bro, thank you once again, man, for sending in the tune. Absolute smasher. So we're moving on to Intense Complex. Yeah, he's still there, bro. So yeah, we need to grab your track as well. I haven't forgot about you, man. So moving on. So we've got Universal Natural. I think this is you in it, London. Right, let's check this one out. Absolute smasher.
The whole universe runner than nature. And when a man say God, If there is any God, a higher night. No other God, a higher night. Living structure. I know the core of the goat on it. I just living man and man. Bro, the deepest meditation and nature. Yeah, this is just come on, we going. One fucking harmonization. If you don't come to the one harmonization, remember the thing. Lightning, thunder, earthquake, brimstone, fire. Whole universe, the whole fucking world have to come together as one fucking harmonization. And if they don't come together as one harmonization, remember me tell you, lightning, thunder, earthquake, brimstone, fire.
Okay, London, bro. You know what, right? All the elements are here for this tune, but there's a couple of issues going on. And once we solve these issues, this would shine. You know what I mean? So, just going back over some of the comments, because a lot of the comments that people were saying is due to the problem. So, Papa G, you said something to do with where's the mids. And I'm going to show you something in a minute, and you're going to be like, what? How? So, yeah, look, Intense Complex. You know, you're saying the same thing. It's got a ton of potential. Everything works. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jumanji, mate, the tune you done with Doms that we played today, mate, absolute stink box. Wicked tune, mate. So, this track, believe it or not, right, it sounds better when you play it in either left or right. Now, if you remember when we did a one-to-one and was mixing down one of your tunes, and I said to you, like, what's going on here? You've used some sort of convol reverb, or you've used some sort of imaging which is sent like the left and right completely in opposite directions to one another. So let me play the track to you in mono, sides, left and right. Listen to the drums. They will change every time, and that's because there's massive phase issues going on. So check this, look. So this is mono. Left, right, so in the left there's a load of 3K, which is like really weird, but in the right it's not there. In mono, obviously it's a collapsed version. So the things we need to sort of point out here, in one of the Amons that comes in is very, very nasally, boxy, however you want to call it. This here, that. So again, when you go back to the project, just look around. I mean, I've got it at 236 hertz, and again, you just want to just push that down. It's just a lot of resonance happening. And then again, I've done like a little cut here because it's just so like spiky, and that's because of the phase. Like it's not translating them very well, and that's also why there's no mids, because the phase is completely pushing them out of the way. So if we play the track again and have a look on the spectroscope, you'll see that there's just no mids, even though it sounds like there is some sort of mids, but there isn't. I mean, look, there's all this dark space here. So you've got the sub, you've got the kick, which it doesn't look quite right. It looks a bit phased because the kick should be a sharp line. And also that's the kick that's really thumping. If you've got headphones and speakers again, you'll notice that there's this thump. And the sub, although like the kick's sort of like in the same area as the key, but the sub's just not enough. Like this, it's not even orange yet. So the sub really needs to come up and, you know, to fill out that space. I tried to do it with EQ and it's just exaggerated the kick. So see, that's really where we need to be, but the kick now is just like absolutely slamming. Look. So without So yeah, it'll be one of those again, mate, where, you know, we can sit together again online and we'll mix it down again. But all the elements are there, mate. Really, really nice tune. I think towards the second end of the, you know, the ending of the tune, possibly come do something else, maybe shorten it a bit, because I mean the tune does go on past 7 minutes. It's quite a lot, so you probably want to condense it down to about 6 minutes at least. It's the longest track here, you know what I mean? But yeah, like SRS says, keep up the good work, mate, because you're absolutely smashing it. We've really flown through these tunes today, and Conclave, welcome in, mate. I know you've been moving and everything. I missed your jokes tonight, to be honest, and we haven't played your tune, so it's up to you. If you want me to play it, we can play it. I've got to grab a track from Intense Complex anyway, so we can do that. We've still got like about 35 minutes. Because all these tracks were absolutely brilliant tonight, you know. Wasn't really a lot we can say. So bear with me then. I'll get these tunes dropped in and we'll have more. As we move to the last one, so we've got Conclave, Skin Deep, Original. Let's do this. Yes. Conclave. Wicked, bro. Really choppy, really nice. Could have kept it playing, but, you know, gotta leave them wanting more. Bro, the mix on this is really, really nice. I just couldn't put my finger on the one thing that was bugging me. And I was listening and I was like, perceptionally, I can hear the kick, but I can't hear the kick, if you know what I'm saying. I think the bass is so choppy that it's consuming the kick. But once I poked out around 100 sort of area, 100 hertz area, the kick came alive. So it might just be a case that the kick just needs to come up in level. I think if you was to sidechain it more, then as in sidechain it to the bass more, it will lose that rhythmic movement, you know, on the actual bass pattern. Yeah, you're right, mate. The kick is very high. It's very high. So let me just play it a minute and I'll show you what I came across. See, when I push out here, which is again 110, we start to see some kick emerge from the bass. So I'll play it again, take this this crazy boost out. So you can see the kicks here, but the shape of the kick is a bit weird. So I'm thinking, did you check the phase? Have you lined it up? Have you lined up the phase with the kick? You know, the kick and the bass, that is, sorry. But again, when I push this out, look how the kick just translates different. I don't know, this is what I'm saying. If we have more sidechain, I think it will take away the choppiness of the bass. It would pump too much. So unless you could do it in phase, and I'm not saying that it's out of phase, it's just the look of the kick just looks like, you know, ringworm at the moment, you know what I mean? And it should just be a glowing blob and then it descends, because the kick will always hit either, you know, a third or a fifth or a seventh or a ninth higher than where it ends up. So it's the tail end of the kick that you need to get in phase with the bass line, with the sub. At the moment, it skews. They don't look the same each time. The kick does not, it doesn't look the same each time. So then it makes me think there's a phase problem coming on here. Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, without looking into this further, what is the key of the tune? Because if we find the fundamental and then look at where the kick's sitting within that range, you know, the plugin that I'm loving right now, this just takes all the guesswork out of phase alignment. And before, I was having to use things like size scope, put a copy of this on the kick, put a copy of this on the bass, and then what you do is you sum it, or you put it in layers, so I can see the bass line here, I can see the kick there, and when you zoom in, you can see the waveform, see? And obviously this is across your whole tune, so it's slightly different. So, but what I'm getting at is, let's say this top line is your kick and the top and the bottom line is the bass. These, you need to find the kick that's in the same key as the bass, loop it, and make sure that the oscillation is moving together rather than in and out of each other, because as you know, that's phase, inverted phase. This plugin does it for you. It's amazing. So yes, if the track's in F, and you know, then your kick wants to really be either an F or G, C, that it would work. But yeah, as I say, you put an instance of this on your bass, you put you route your kick to it, it will then show you resolve conflicts. You press that, it does a little bit of sidechain. It's not the best, it's a bit like Trackspacer. If those of you that use Trackspacer, is very similar to that. But the secret is this knob here, mate. Look, you click that and then it messes with the phase rotation, and it's an instant result. Like literally, I was mixing a tune down live online and I was showing this as an example, and it's like the bass just was there. Like you could hear it, but it just was thick and it was full with the kick behind it. So remember, like back in the day, people were like, oh, you got to high pass your kicks and you got to do this. I mean, it was very true back then, because, you know, you wanted to create space, you wanted to create headroom. But nowadays, you don't have to. As long as your kick is in phase with the bass or the sub, they'll play together. So moving on with the percussion, the snare is brilliant, right? The snare is absolute golden. Proper 909 smack. You've got like the nub in there as well. So for me, it'd be more about bringing out the character in the snare more. When I was sort of floating around here, see, although this is an awful area, 2K, it sounds nice on the snare. So forget the rest of the tune and what the rest of the tune's doing, but on the snare, it really brings it forwards and gives it more snap. Have a look, mate, because as I say, it's very, bass driven. I like it. The kicks just need to translate more, and I would like to see more of the fundamental of the snare in this as well, so it's there like doop, you know what I mean. And I think one of the comments you got was very Ram, so Tantrum Desire, them sort of ways. It's a sick tune, mate, so well done, man. So that brings us to the end. As always, much appreciated everybody for submitting the tracks. It's been a blast. Let me know if you're still there. It says Conclave jamming up the chat box at the moment. Everyone's lurking. So next week we will be here once again, 7 o'clock UK time, and that'll be on the 10th. The 17th won't be doing it because I'm not here. 24th we're doing Open the Door with DJ Rap, so I'll be doing it, but just not on my page. You'll be on DJ Rap's stream. And then the 31st is Halloween, so is anybody going to be here? Is it worth doing one? Shall I come like dressed up or something, or shall I come in with a mask and just rinse out with a mask? Raid train. In fact, yeah, I'm on a raid train on the 21st of this month, actually, 12 till 1. So 12 till 1 in the afternoon, not at night. So check that out. Be dropping some heavyweight. Yeah, coming like the Grim Reaper. Let's just wrap it up then. So who's online? Who can we raid into? I'll tell you what, this guy raided into me over the weekend, so we'll show the support and raid back to him. Send your tracks for next week, people, and as always we'll check them out, see what's happening, and I will now catch you on the other side. So we're going to raid into DJ Foley, D&B. Big ups everybody, nice one.